Welcome back to our channel. Today's episode comes from Genesis chapters 18 and 19, a passage that contrasts Abraham's faith with that of his nephew Lot, who was righteous yet deeply entangled in the sin of a city nearing divine judgment. The narrative reveals God's justice, his mercy toward the faithful, and the enduring call to live uprightly. Let's jump in. One day, as Abraham was sitting at the entrance of his tent, 3 men appeared to him. He offered them some food and rest, and they accepted. One of them, who was the Lord, announced that his wife, Sarah, would bear a son within a year. Overhearing this, Sarah laughed to herself, wondering how she would be able to conceive at her old age. The Lord, however, reminded them that nothing is too difficult for him. As the men departed, the Lord reaffirmed his promise that Abraham would become a great nation through a son, and revealed his plan to destroy the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah because of their great wickedness. Concerned for his nephew Lot, who was living in Sodom, Abraham pleaded for the city to be spared if even 10 righteous people could be found there, and the Lord agreed. That evening, the 2 angels arrived at Sodom, where Lot was sitting at the city gate. He welcomed them into his home and offered them food and shelter. The men of Sodom were so corrupted that when they saw Lot's guests, they surrounded the house and demanded him bring them out so they could abuse them. Lot pleaded with the crowd and offered his daughters instead, but they became hostile. The angels pulled Lot inside, shut the door, and struck the men outside with blindness. The angels warned Lot to gather his family and flee, for the city was about to be destroyed. At dawn, they urged Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters to leave quickly. As they hesitated, the angels took them by the hand and led them out, instructing them not to look back. At sunrise, the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah, destroying the cities and the entire valley. In disobedience, Lot's wife looked back, and she was turned into a pillar of salt. Lot and his daughters escaped to a nearby town called Zoar, but later, fearing to stay there, he settled with his daughters in a cave in the mountains. So, as we come to the end of this episode, we're reminded that God is both just and merciful, faithful to his promises and patient with the righteous. Abraham's faith and Lot's rescue call us to trust God, pray boldly, and live faithfully, even in a world that resists his ways.